stalker, 1979 to 1986. After the rape committed on July 5th, 1979, D'Angelo moved to Southern California and began killing his victims, striking in Santa Barbara County in October. Lasted until 1981 with a 1986 attack. Only the couple in the first attack survived, and forcing the to flee. The other victims were murdered by gunshots or, since D'Angelo was not linked to those crimes, for he was known as the Night Stalker in the area before being named the original Night Stalker after serial killer Richard Ramirez had been created with the former nickname. Monday, October 1st, 1979. Non-attempt murder, botched attack. Queen Anne Lane. County, Santa Barbara. Second, Sunday, December 30th, 1979. Offerman and Deborah Manning. Toledo, Santa Barbara. Thursday, March 13th, 1980. And Slimer Smith. Attack number 4, Tuesday, August 19th, 1990. And Patrice Harrington. Point 5, Friday, February 6th, 1981. Witham, Orange County. Number 6, Monday, July 27th, 1981. Mingo and Gregory Sanchez. Santa Barbara County. Sunday, May 4th, 1986. Cruz and Orange County. October 1st, 1979, an intruder broke into and tied up a couple at hearing him say, "I will kill them," to himself. The man and the woman escaped when he left the room, and the woman that the alarm had been. The intruder fled on a bicycle. A neighbor agent responded to the and pursued Trader, who took the bicycle and a knife and escaped on foot through backyard. December 30th, 1979, 44-year-old orthopedic surgeon Dr. Robert Offerman and 35-year-old psychologist Dr. Deborah Alexandra Manning were found shot to death in the bedroom of Offerman on in Galita. Manning had also been raped. Two of her rings were found hidden behind the mattress and bed frame near her body. Findings were untied, that he had lunged at the attacker, had heard gunshots. Paw prints of a large dog were found at the scene. Speculation that the killer may have one with him. The killer leftover Christmas turkey from Ottoman's refrigerator that remnants in the kitchen, where was also evidence the killer had broke in the vacant joining condo and stole a bicycle, later found abandoned on a street north of the scene. A third resident in the compound. March 13, 1980, 33-year-old interior designer Wayne Smith and 43-year-old attorney Smith were found murdered in their home. Smith had also been raped. A log from a wood pit on the side of the house was used to bludgeon the victim to death. Were discovered 3 days later by Lionel's 12-year-old son when he stopped by to alarm. The bedroom alarm clock was still going off, and ankles had been bound with furry cord. A little Chinese knot, a diamond knot, was used on Charlene's wrist. The same knot was in the East Area Rapist attacks at least one case of which was known. The murders was briefly given the Diamond Knot Killer. On August 19, 1980, 24-year-old Caroline Harrington and 27-year-old Rizzo Harrington were found bludgeoned to death in their home on Shell Drive in Dana Point, Shore Gated community. Harrington had also been raped. She was bludgeoned so badly that her face and skull were. There was evidence that the Harrington wrist and ankles were bound. Murder weapons were found at the scene. Victims had been married for 3 months at the time of their death. Was a pediatric nurse in Irvine, and Keith was a 4-year medical student at UC Irvine. He was on course to graduate early. In December 1980, Keith's brother, Bruce, later nearly $2 million supporting California in 1969 DNA collection from all California and certain other criminals. February 6, 1981, 28-year-old Whitfield was raped and murdered in her Irvine home. Whitfield's body had signs of being tied before. She had been bludgeoned. No murder weapon or were found at the time of the attack. Her husband, Dave, was in the hospital due to a illness, leaving her alone. Manuel's murder haunted Dave in part because the killer continued to come and called the house several times after the murder. Also, because and neighbors suspected him as Manuel's killer. This heightened when Dave married a pathetic co-worker named not long after the murder. Dave became a alcoholic and his second marriage ended after nearly a decade when Rhonda divorced him. Years later, he was dead by DNA testing. He died in 2008. July 27, 1981, 35-year-old Mingo and 27-year-old Gregory Sanchez became the original Night Stalkers. 11 murder victims. Both were attacked residents on Way in Goleta, block south of Robert Opperman's condominium, where Domingo was living temporarily. It was owned by and up for sale. And entered through a small bathroom window. Some believe that Sanchez may have realized he was dealing with the man responsible for the Offerman Manning murders and tried to tackle the killer, realizing that be tied up again. No neighbors to the gunshot. Singe's heard was head was covered with clothes pulled from the closet. Domingo was raped and bludgeoned on her wrists and ankles. She had been tied. The restraints were missing. A piece of twine was found near the bed. Fibers from an unknown were scattered over her body. Believe that the attacker may have worked as a painter or in a job at the Rail Shopping Center. May 4th, 1986, 18-year-old Lisa Cruz was found dead after she was raped and bludgeoned in her home. Her family was on vacation in Mexico at the time of the attack. The house was for sale and her body was discovered by a realtor who stopped by to show the house to a prospective buyer. Body was found on her bed beyond recognition with her teeth found in both her hair and pipe wrench. What is missing by Cruz's stepfather was to be the murder weapon. Suspected murders after D'Angelo was arrested, also suspected of committing the 1974 rape and murder of Irma, the 1975 rape and murder of Joe Richmond, and a 1978 murder of a woman and her son but was as a suspect in all four murders by DNA testing. Police ruled out a link between D'Angelo, who in Australia during his Navy service, and the born serial child rapist and murderer as known as the Cruel. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Thanks for watching my podcast.